Have you ever purchased something just to look cool to your family and friends? Or have you even thought about doing that? In this day and age of social media, it is so easy to get sucked in by Instagram and Facebook and all these other things where you see people doing really, really cool things. Have you felt like going to a fancy restaurant or taking a fancy vacation just so that you can post it on your social medias to prove something to people that you know? I know people who have done this. I know people who have rented a fancy beach house or rented a Ferrari just so that they can take a couple of pictures and post it on their social media. So, mistake number one is trying to show off to people who you barely even know and is not really going to make a difference in your life whatsoever. Did you feel like when my video was suggested that you would rather watch a more fun video? Or have you even watched my video but then clicked off without watching it till the end? Now, answer me this: would you be more inclined to watch a video till the end if I made a video on how to make $1 million in just 60 days? Well, that is where things get interesting. Get rich quick schemes don't work. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work to actually make money. People who tell you otherwise, people who tell you that you can make money quickly, are lying to you. It is very simple. There is no two ways about it. So don't fall into the trap. Making money and getting rich is not fun. It takes a lot of time. But when you do have a lot of money in the end, that is where the fun lies, and you will not regret taking the slow, boring approach. And mistake number two would be, do not get sucked into these get rich quick schemes. By the way, how many bank accounts do you have? Do you have just one or do you have multiple? And if you have multiple, why do you have multiple? If you have all your money in one account, you always see that account pop up in your SMS when you make a spending, and that psychologically allows you, tells you that you can spend the rest of the money that you have in your account. So I strongly recommend that you do have multiple accounts for various purposes. Your main salary account or your income account can be your expense account as well. Maintain a separate account for your emergency funds. Now, this account can also double as your saving to invest account. And what I mean by that is, once you reach your emergency fund goals, you can just keep topping up your emergency fund till you reach an amount that is suitable for you to then go ahead and invest. And the third account that I recommend that you maintain is for your medium to long term expense goals. For example, buying a car in the near future or going on a vacation. This way, you know exactly the amount that you have for your expenses. You don't overspend. You keep topping up your savings and your emergency funds, and also you keep an account that allows you to do the things that you really want to do that are quite pricey. So mistake number three, as you guessed, is having only one bank account. Now, speaking of all of that, most people I know fall into the trap of earning, spending, and even saving and investing money, but not maintaining emergency funds. Now, what happens because of this is that when there is an emergency, you are stuck. You either have to borrow or you have to break your investments and savings. And that becomes a big, big problem. When you have to borrow, then all of a sudden you are in debt. And even if you were in a good position financially, you are no longer in a good position and you're always going to be catching up to your debts. And on the other hand, if you have to break your investments or borrow from your savings, then you're all of a sudden going backwards in your finance. Even if you're not going negative, you are going backwards, and you are losing out on the returns on your investment and starting from scratch with your savings. So mistake number four is not having an emergency fund. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. That really helps me out a lot. Now, savings and investing are not the same, and people who don't understand the difference will not make it financially. You can't really make money without investing, right? But then you can't start investing without any money. So you need to save up first, which is why they both go hand in hand, but they are completely different. You can save $1, but you can't really invest $1, can you? You can save a lot of $1, and then eventually when you have $500, you can invest that. That's the point I'm trying to make. It is very important to save and invest, but there is a big difference, and you need to understand the difference and use it in your financial journey. So mistake number five is understanding the difference between saving and investing. We've all fallen into or know people who have fallen into the trap of credit cards. Overusing credit cards is a big problem in our society. Once you swipe your card for an amount that you cannot pay off by the due date of your credit card bill, that's the end. Because at the end of the day, you don't have the money to pay for it, which means you're going to pay only the minimum balance or a small amount towards your credit card every month, and your credit card debts keep increasing because of the interest that they charge on your credit card every single month. Now, you might have seen that credit cards charge you about 2.5, 3% of interest, and you might be thinking that's all right, that's not a big deal. But what a lot of people fail to understand is that they are charging you 2, 3% per month. It's not per annum. And so when you add it up for the whole year, the amount is massive. If you make a 2 to 3% ROI on your investments, that's a great thing. It is very difficult to achieve that kind of returns, and therefore it is very difficult to pay off and catch up to your credit card debts. If your credit card spending crosses your liquid bank balance, then your finances need to be fixed urgently. So mistake number 6 is overusing your credit cards. Now tell me, have you ever invested based on your friends and family's recommendation? Have you ever thought about investing on their recommendation? Have you listened to a news on the TV about where you should invest and what's a great investment opportunity that's coming up? Have you read it on the newspaper? If you are investing based on these recommendations, or if you even thought about investing based on these recommendations, I implore you, do not do it. The thing is, a lot of people, even on my channel, ask me where should I invest? What should I invest in? And the thing is, the answer is always different for a lot of people. That is why I never tell you buy this stock or buy that. I only give you recommendations, pros and cons, and things like that. The reason for that is everyone's requirements are different. If you're still looking for such recommendations, that's the opposite of investing wisely. It is imperative that you do your own research and find the investment that is right for you. The investment amount, the duration of the investment, the strategy of the investment, the philosophy, the goals of your investment, they are different for every single person. Someone who's making $1 million a month will invest differently from someone who's earning 3,000 dirhams a month. But it's not to say that someone who's earning 3,000 dirhams a month cannot invest. Going back to my previous point about saving a little bit so that you can eventually invest, this is where it's all about. And the point I'm trying to make is it's all different for everyone. And you need to take that into consideration and figure out the right investment for you. So, mistake number 7 is not investing wisely. Another very important thing is that you need to have multiple sources of income. Now, this might sound easier said than done, but trust me, it is doable. Whether it is making a YouTube channel for a passive income stream, whether it is generating passive income from dividend stocks, or whatever it is, you need to have multiple sources of income. If you have a lot of money, buy a property, rent it out, and all of a sudden you have a brand new source of income in the form of rental income. Because having only one source of income will always be a burden to you if you do somehow, for some reason, lose that source of income. Most of us have jobs, and we all know that losing your job is an overnight thing in many cases. So you shouldn't be in a situation where you're stuck if you do lose your job. And plus, it's not just that peace of mind aspect, it's also a matter of expediting your income, your investments, and your savings. So, mistake number 8 is having only one source of income. Mistake number 9 is very straightforward, and I'm not going to get too much into it because there is nothing to talk about. Do not spend more than you make. It's that simple. My name's Kenneth. You're watching Boss Your Money. If you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss a future upload of mine, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And please don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.